My beloved child, I want you to know something that will completely change how you see everything you've experienced so far. I saw every tear you shed in silence. Each one was counted, recorded, and stored in my eternal memory. There wasn't a single night of anguish when I wasn't present by your side. There wasn't a single moment of pain when I abandoned you. I was there when that door slammed in your face and you felt the humiliation burn in your chest. I was there when betrayal left you speechless and abandonment made you question your own worth. I was there every time you thought I had forgotten you, that I had stopped listening to your cries, that I had closed my ears to your voice. But my child, I never abandoned you. Not for a second, not for an instant. My attention was fixed on you the whole time. Every tear that fell from your eyes was collected in my celestial cup. Every sigh of pain was heard in the courts of heaven. Every silent cry echoed before my throne. You cried thinking you were alone, but I was there holding your hand. You cried out thinking no one heard, but I heard every word, every groan, every plea that came from your broken heart. I saw when you knelt on the floor of your room and had no more strength to continue. I saw when you looked to the sky and asked why I was silent. I saw when rejection hurt you so deeply that you doubted your worth. I saw everything, my child. Absolutely everything. And now, at this very moment, I need you to do something powerful for me. Write, "I believe" in the comments, and declare that you trust that I saw everything. Because this comment is not just a digital action, it's a prophetic act that will be recorded in the celestial book. It's your signature of faith, declaring that your God has never abandoned you. Every tear you shed was a spiritual investment. Every night of pain was a sowing in the invisible realm. Every moment of anguish was recorded as celestial capital in your eternal account. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was in vain. Nothing was lost. I transformed every drop of suffering into a seed of harvest. I converted every moment of pain into a promise of restoration. I took what the enemy wanted to use to destroy you, and I transformed it into fuel for your victory. Because I am the God who wastes nothing. I am the God who transforms curses into blessings. I am the God who takes the garbage of your history and transforms it into the treasure of your destiny. And all that you have lived through, all that hurt you, all that made you cry, is about to make sense. It is about to become a testimony. It is about to become your greatest victory story. Because I didn't just see your tears, my child. I counted them. I kept them. I transformed them. And now, I am about to show you the reason for each one of them. The reason for each closed door. The reason for each no you received. The reason for each rejection that hurt you. Everything had a purpose. Everything had a reason. Everything was part of my perfect plan to take you exactly where you need to be. And you will understand this very soon. And now, I need to reveal something to you that will free your heart from a misinterpretation that has caused you so much anguish. The silence you experienced was not my absence. It was not abandonment. It was not me ignoring you or turning my back on you. The silence was me working behind the scenes of your life. It was me moving pieces on the invisible chessboard of the spiritual realm. It was me aligning people, circumstances, opportunities, and doors that your eyes could not yet see. When you cried out and heard no answer, I was responding in ways you were not yet able to perceive. When you prayed and felt your words hit the ceiling and bounce back empty, I was receiving each one of them and acting in dimensions you could not access. The silence was not indifference, my child. It was divine strategy. It was me protecting you from receiving answers at the wrong time that could harm you. It was me withholding blessings until you were ready to carry them without them destroying you. Because I know that there are blessings that, if they arrive before their time, become a curse. There are doors that, if opened too soon, will lead you into traps. There are answers that, if given at the wrong time, will lead you astray. So I remained silent, not because I didn't care, but precisely because I cared too much. I love you so much that I preferred you to question me in silence rather than give you something that would destroy you in the noise. I love you so much that I endured your doubts, your questions, your accusations, because I knew that in due time you would understand, and that time is coming now. While you thought I was distant, I was closer than ever. While you thought I had forgotten you, I was taking care of every detail of your life with surgical precision. I was closing doors that would lead you to toxic relationships. I was blocking paths that would lead you to destructive opportunities. I was preventing connections that would steal your destiny. I was removing people who would contaminate your purpose. And I did all this in silence, because if I explained every move to you, you wouldn't understand. If I showed you every detail behind the scenes, you would interfere. If I revealed every strategy to you, you would try to control it. So I worked in silence so that you would learn to trust without seeing, to believe without understanding, to remain without comprehending. Share this message with someone who is interpreting God's silence as abandonment and needs this revelation today. Because God's silence is never empty, my child. It is full of purpose, full of care, full of strategic love. And now, after all this time of silence, after all this season of waiting, after all these days that seemed eternal, I am about to speak. I am about to manifest myself. I am about to show you what I was doing while you saw nothing happening. And when you see, when you understand, when you witness, you will fall to your knees and say that every second of silence was worth it, that every moment of waiting was worth it, that trusting, even without understanding, was worth it. And I want you to understand something that will completely transform how you see your journey so far. I have been with you every moment, every second, every breath. There hasn't been a single instant when you were alone. When you felt you were walking alone in that dark valley, I was by your side, holding your hand. When you thought you had been abandoned in the middle of the storm, I was there, being your shelter. When you thought no one saw you, no one understood you, no one cared, I was seeing you, understanding you, and caring more than any human being could care. I held you when you no longer had the strength to stand. I carried you when your legs could no longer walk. I supported you when the weight of life was crushing your shoulders. I was there in the early morning when you cried alone in your room, thinking no one heard. I was there when you looked in the mirror and no longer recognized who you were. I was there when the pain was so great that you couldn't even put it into words. I wiped away tears that no one saw. I healed wounds that no one knew existed. I restored pieces of your heart that you thought were lost forever. And I did all this silently, behind the scenes, without fanfare, without you realizing it. Because my love doesn't need spotlights. My care doesn't need public recognition. My presence doesn't depend on you feeling me to be real. I was there when you were betrayed and felt the ground disappear beneath your feet. I was there when you were rejected and questioned your own worth. I was there when you lost something precious and thought you would never be happy again. I held you, my child. I never let you go, not for a millisecond. And even when you cursed me, when you questioned me, when you doubted me, when you turned your back on me, I remained there. Because my love is unconditional. My faithfulness doesn't depend on yours. My presence isn't determined by your behavior. I am God, and I don't change. I don't abandon. I don't give up. I never get tired of you. Enjoy this video in gratitude for my constant presence and subscribe to continue receiving my words every day. Because I still have so much to tell you, my child. I still have many revelations to give you. I still have many doors to open before you. I still have many blessings to pour out upon your life. And I want you to remain connected to my voice. That you continue listening to what I have to say to you. That you don't miss any word that I will release upon you in the coming days. Because what is coming now is so great, so powerful, so transformative, that you will need to be prepared. You will need to be aligned. You will need to be connected. And this connection begins here, now, at this moment. I have been with you in the past. I am with you in the present, and I will be with you in the future. This is my promise. This is my covenant. This is my word that does not return empty. Now, I will reveal something to you that will completely change the way you see everything you have lived through. Every tear you shed was not wasted. It was not a loss. It was not time thrown away. Every tear was a seed that I planted in fertile soil. Every moment of pain was a spiritual investment that I recorded in my celestial accounting. Every night of anguish was capital that I deposited into your eternal account. Because in my kingdom, my child, nothing is lost. Absolutely nothing. I transform everything. I make use of everything. I multiply everything. What the world calls waste, I call sowing. What people call lost time, I call preparation time. What you called failure, I call process. Every tear that fell from your eyes was collected by me and planted in spiritual soil. Every sigh of pain was converted into a seed of harvest. Every moment of suffering was transformed into a promise of multiplication. And now, my child, these seeds are germinating. They are growing beneath the earth where you cannot see. They are developing deep roots that will sustain the harvest to come. They are preparing to sprout and produce fruit that will surprise you. Because the law of the kingdom is clear. Those who sow in tears will reap with joy. Those who plant in pain will reap in joy. Those who invest in suffering will receive back in multiplication. And you have sown much, my child. You have planted much. You have invested much. Every betrayal you suffered was a seed of future faithfulness. Every rejection you experienced was a seed of coming acceptance. Every door that closed was a seed of greater doors that will open. Every loss you had was a seed of gains you will still receive. I took every piece of pain from your story and I transformed it into spiritual capital. I converted every moment of suffering into celestial currency. I changed every negative experience into a positive investment. And now the harvest time has come. Now is the season for you to receive back everything you have sown. Now is the time for you to reap the fruits of every tear you have shed. Because in the natural realm, there is a time between sowing and harvesting. You plant the seed, it remains underground for a period, and then it sprouts and produces fruit. And during this waiting time, it seems like nothing is happening. It seems like the seed has died. It seems like the investment has been lost. But underground, invisible to human eyes, a powerful process of germination, growth, and development is taking place. And that is exactly what happened to you, my child. While you thought nothing was happening, I was making the seeds you planted with tears grow underground. While you thought you had lost everything, I was multiplying in the invisible realm everything you sowed in the visible. While you questioned whether it was worthwhile, I was preparing
A harvest so great that you will need larger barns to store it. Your suffering was not punishment. It was sowing. Your pain was not a curse. It was investment. Your tears were not weakness. It was planting. And now you will reap. And I need you to understand the depth of what I'm telling you. When I say I saw every tear, I'm not speaking poetically or symbolically. I'm speaking literally and precisely. Every tear that fell from your eyes was counted by me. Each one was recorded in the celestial books. Every drop of pain that ran down your face was cataloged with divine precision. I have an exact record of how many times you cried. I know how many tears fell in the early morning of March 23rd. I know how many fell that Sunday afternoon when you couldn't take it anymore. I know how many soaked your pillow the night you thought about giving up on everything. Nothing escaped my attention. Nothing went unnoticed. Nothing was ignored. I am the God of details. I am the God of precision. I am the God who misses nothing. And each of your tears is recorded not only as a memory, but as credit, as an investment, as spiritual capital that will generate returns. Because in my kingdom, there is perfect accounting. There is a recording system that never fails. There is a celestial record that documents every sowing to guarantee every harvest. And your name is in those books, my child. Your story is documented. Your suffering is recorded. And along with every record of pain, there is a decree of reward. Along with every tearful note, there is a promise of joy. Along with every documented suffering, there is a guarantee of restoration. I didn't just see, I recorded. I didn't just observe, I documented. I didn't just witness, I archived. And now the time has come for me to open those books and execute what is written in them. The time has come for me to fulfill every promise that is recorded alongside every tear.
The time has come for me to manifest every decree that is noted along with every moment of pain. Because I am just, my child. I am faithful. I owe nothing to anyone, but I have chosen to reward you. I have chosen to restore you. I have chosen to multiply you. Not because you deserve it, but because I promised. Not because you are perfect, but because I am faithful. Not because you did everything right, but because I love to do the impossible in the lives of those who trust in me. Write 7777 in the comments as your declaration that you trust in my heavenly accounting and accept the recording of your tears. And each number 7 represents perfection, completeness, divine fullness. It represents that my record is perfect, that my accounting is complete, that my promise is full. When you write this prophetic number, you are agreeing with what is written in the celestial books about you. You are accepting that I saw, I counted, I recorded, and now I will reward. You are declaring that you trust that nothing was in vain, that everything was documented, that everything will generate a return. Because the books are open, my child, the record is complete, the documentation is finalized, and now is the time for execution. It is the time for manifestation. It is time for you to receive back, multiplied, everything you sowed with tears, everything you planted with pain, everything you invested with suffering. The celestial accounting does not fail. The divine system has no error. The eternal record is not lost, and your name is there, with every tear counted, with every promise noted, with every decree recorded. And now I'm going to declare something to you that will completely change your spiritual posture from this moment on. The sowing is complete. The time for planting with tears is over. The season for investing with pain has ended. You have already sown everything you needed to sow. You have already planted everything you needed to plant. You have already invested everything you needed to invest. Now it's time to harvest. Now it's time to receive. Now it's time for manifestation. Because in the spiritual realm, there are seasons just as there are in the natural realm. There is a time to sow and a time to harvest. There is a time to plant and a time to uproot what has been planted. There is a time to weep and a time to laugh. There is a time to lose and a time to gain. And I am declaring to you now that your season has changed. You have left the sowing season and entered the harvest season. You have left the time to plant and entered the time to harvest. You have left the cycle of investing and entered the cycle of receiving. And this means that you no longer need to cry as you cried before. You no longer need to suffer as you suffered before. You no longer need to sow with tears because the sowing has already been completed. The soil is already full of seeds. The earth is already pregnant with promises. The field is ready to produce. Now what you need to do is prepare for the harvest. You need to prepare your barns to store what is coming. You need to open your hands to receive what I will pour out. You need to expand your capacity because what is coming is greater than you imagine. It is more abundant than you dreamed. It is more powerful than you expected. And I need you to change your mindset now. Stop living as if you were still in the season of loss. Stop acting as if you were still in the sowing season. Stop crying as if you were still in the cycle of pain, because you are no longer there. You have changed seasons. You have entered a new time. You have crossed into a new phase. And in this new phase, you no longer sow, you harvest. You no longer plant, you uproot. You no longer invest, you receive. Share this message with someone who is still sowing with tears and needs to know that the harvest time is coming. Because many of my children are stuck in the sowing mentality when I have already shifted them to the harvest season. Many are still crying when I have already decreed that it is time to laugh. Many are still losing when I have already established that it is time to win. And I need them to know that the season has changed, that the time has turned, that the cycle is complete. The sowing you did was sufficient. The tears you shed were more than necessary. The suffering you experienced fulfilled its purpose. Now it is no longer needed. Now is the time for something else. Now is the time for harvest, for joy, for restoration, for multiplication. And I will teach you how to harvest, my child. I will show you how to receive. I will prepare you to carry what comes. Because harvesting also requires wisdom. Receiving also requires preparation. Carrying blessings also demands maturity. And I am preparing you now. I am teaching you now. I am maturing you now, so that when the manifestation comes, you will be ready. So that when the door opens, you will be prepared. So that when the harvest arrives, you have the capacity to store it. And now I need to reveal something to you about the doors that have closed in your face. Something that will completely change the way you see every rejection you've suffered. Every door that closed before you wasn't the universe conspiring against you. It wasn't bad luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was me. I closed those doors. I blocked those paths. I prevented those connections. And I did it not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I wanted to save you. Every door I closed was an act of divine protection. Every no you received was a yes to something better. Every rejection you experienced was me freeing you from a trap. Because I see what you don't see, my child. I know what you don't know. I know what's on the other side of every door. And often, what's on the other side looks bright, looks perfect, looks exactly what you need. But I see beyond appearances. I see beyond the surface. I see the poison hidden in the pretty packaging. I see the destruction disguised as opportunity. I see the trap camouflaged as a blessing. So I close the door. I block the path. I prevent the connection. And you feel it as rejection. You interpret it as abandonment. You experience it as humiliation. But in truth, my child, it was salvation. It was deliverance. It was me protecting you from something that would destroy you. That relationship that didn't work out, I ended it because the person would lead you down a path of pain. That job you couldn't get, I blocked it because the environment would make you sick. That opportunity that slipped through your fingers, I prevented it because it would divert you from your purpose. That friendship that fell apart, I allowed it because the influence would contaminate you. I closed it to save you. I denied it to preserve you. I blocked it to protect you. And now, looking back, you can see some of these protections. You can understand some of these closures. You can recognize that some closed doors were the greatest blessings in your life. But there are still
others that you don't understand. There are still closures that hurt you. There are still rejections that confuse you. And I am telling you now that soon you will understand them all. Soon you will look back and thank me for every door I closed. You will kneel in gratitude for every no I gave you. You will praise my name for every obstacle I placed in your path. Enjoy this video thanking God for the doors I closed to save you, and subscribe to continue receiving liberating revelations. Because I still have many things to show you, my child. I still have many behind-the-scenes revelations. I still have many whys to explain. And when you understand, when you see, when you comprehend, you will realize that every closure was mercy. Every blockage was grace. Every impediment was love. I didn't close things because I don't love you. I closed them precisely because I love you too much. I didn't block things because I want to see you suffer. I blocked things precisely because I don't want to see you destroyed. I didn't impede things because I am cruel. I impeded things precisely because I am compassionate. And now, after having closed what needed to be closed, after having blocked what needed to be blocked, after having impeded what needed to be impeded, I am about to open. I am about to release. I am about to connect. But now it will be different. Now it will be at the right time. Now it will be the right door, the right path, the right connection. Because I closed what was wrong to open what was right. And now I will show you what was on the other side of those doors that I closed. I will reveal to you what you couldn't see when you were desperate to enter. I will explain why I had to be firm in some closures, even when you begged me to open them. That relationship you so desired and that didn't happen. On the other side of that door was a person who would lead you into a cycle of emotional abuse. There was someone who would make you question your worth every day. There was a connection that would steal your peace, take away your sleep, destroy your self-esteem. I saw the future you didn't see. I saw the tears you hadn't yet cried. I knew the pain you hadn't yet experienced. So I closed that door before you entered and hurt yourself irreparably. That job you couldn't get, that professional opportunity that slipped through your fingers. On the other side of that door was a toxic environment that would make you sick. There was pressure that would break you. There was a demand that would exhaust you until you lost your essence. I saw you entering that place full of expectation and leaving months later destroyed, empty, without the strength to continue. I saw the depression that awaited you there. I saw the exhaustion that awaited you. So I closed that door even when you thought it was the opportunity of a lifetime. That friendship that fell apart, that connection that broke. On the other side of that continuity was an influence that would contaminate you. There was someone who would lead you down paths that would divert you from your purpose. There was a companion who would make you make decisions you would regret for the rest of your life. I saw where that friendship would lead you. I saw the wrong choices you would make under that person's influence. I knew the detour that awaited you on that path. So I allowed to break, even when you felt the pain of separation. That business that didn't work out, that investment that didn't materialize. On the other side of that door was a financial trap that would lead you to ruin. There was a partnership that would betray you. There was a commitment that would imprison you in debt for years. I saw the financial collapse that awaited you there. I saw the sleepless nights worrying about debt. I knew the stress that would destroy you. So I blocked that path before you made an irreversible commitment. That change that didn't happen, that relocation that didn't materialize, on the other side of that door was a place that would isolate you from the connections you need. It was a city that would distance you from the right people. It was an environment that would take you away from the center of God's will for your life. I saw you arriving there excited and becoming lost, alone, disconnected from your purpose. So I prevented that change even when you had already made plans. My child, I see the end from the beginning. I know every consequence of every choice. I know exactly where each path leads. And when I see that a door would lead you to destruction, I close it. When I realize that an opportunity would lead you astray, I block it. When I recognize that a connection would contaminate you, I break it. Not because I am cruel, but because I am careful. Not because I want to see you sad, but because I don't want to see you destroyed. Not because I don't care about your desires, but because I care more about your destiny. And now you are here, whole, preserved, protected. Not by chance, but because I closed what needed to be closed. And now, after showing you what was behind the doors I closed, I need to ask you something. I need you to trust me. I need you to trust in my closures even when you don't understand. I need you to trust in my wisdom even when it contradicts your will. I need you to trust in my love even when my decisions temporarily hurt you. Because, my child, you don't need to understand everything to trust. You don't need to see the whole picture to believe that I know what I'm doing. You don't need to understand every detail to rest assured that I am in control. Trust doesn't come from understanding. Trust comes from knowing who I am. And I am the God who loves you unconditionally. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning. I am the God who never errs, never fails, never gets confused. So when I close a door, I know exactly why I'm closing it. When I block a path, I have perfect reasons for blocking it. When I prevent a connection, I am protecting you from something I see and you don't see. And I know it hurts. I know it's difficult. I know you question. I know you cry. I know you wonder why I'm doing this to you. But my child, I'm not doing this to you. I'm doing this for you. Every closure is an act of love. Every blockage is a demonstration of care. Every impediment is proof that I am attentive to your life. And I need you to change how you react to my closures. Stop fighting them. Stop trying to force doors I've closed. Stop insisting on paths I've blocked. Because when you force a door I've closed, you are choosing your will over my wisdom. You are saying you know more than I do. You are asserting that your limited vision is more reliable than my eternal vision. And that, my child, is dangerous. It puts you at risk. It exposes you to consequences I was trying to spare you. So learn to rest in my closures. Learn to be grateful for my no's. Learn to trust even when you don't understand. Enjoy this video as your declaration of confidence in the closures I've made and continue to make in your life. Because this simple act of liking is more than a click. It's a spiritual declaration. It's you saying you trust me.
It's you affirming that you accept my wisdom. It's you recognizing that my ways are higher than your ways. And when you trust in my closures, something powerful happens in the spiritual realm. You align yourself with my will. You position yourself to receive what I have prepared. You place yourself in the right place for the right doors to open. Because I don't just close to protect my child. I also close to redirect. I block a path to lead you to a better one. I prevent a connection to connect you with something greater. I deny an opportunity to give you a superior opportunity. And all of this requires that you trust, that you rest, that you stop fighting against me and begin to flow with me, that you stop resisting my closures and begin to be grateful for them. Because soon, very soon, you will look back and you will understand. You will see the complete picture. You will see the wisdom behind each closure. And you will kneel in gratitude for every door I closed, for every path I blocked, for every connection I prevented. You will realize that I was saving you, that I was protecting you, that I was preparing you for something much greater than you could imagine. So trust, my child. Trust in my closures. Trust in my wisdom. Trust in my love. Because I know what I am doing, and what comes next will prove it. And now I'm going to declare something that will make your heart race. Something that will completely change your perspective on time. Something that will take you out of the mindset of prolonged waiting and put you in a posture of imminent expectation. The waiting is over. The time for waiting is finished. The season of patience has ended. And what comes now is not distant. It's not far away. It's not in an undefined future. It's near. It's close. It's minutes away. I know you waited years. I know you waited months. I know you counted weeks, days, hours. But now it's no longer about years. It's no longer about months. It's no longer about weeks. Now, it's about minutes, about instants, about moments. Because I have accelerated time in your life. I have activated a process of rapid manifestation. I have set in motion a sequence of events that will surprise you with its speed. What should take years will happen in months. What should take months will happen in weeks. What should take weeks will happen in days. And what should happen in days will manifest in hours. Because when I decide to accelerate, nothing can slow down. When I determine that it is time for rapid manifestation, no force can slow down. When I decree divine speed, the impossible becomes possible in a matter of minutes. And my child, I have decreed it over you. I have determined it over your life. I have established it over your destiny. Acceleration, rapid manifestation, supernatural speed. You will witness things happening so fast that you will question if it's real. You will see doors opening with a speed that will leave you speechless. You will experience changes happening so quickly that you will need time to process them. Because I am no longer making you wait. I am no longer asking you for patience. I am no longer teaching you to wait. Now I am preparing you to receive. Now I am positioning you to witness. Now I am aligning you to experience. And all of this is happening now, at this very moment. While you hear this word, while you receive this message, while you connect with this revelation. Behind the scenes of the spiritual realm, things are moving at high speed. Angels are being dispatched. Doors are being unlocked. Paths are being prepared. Connections are being aligned. Opportunities are being positioned. And all of this is happening now, not tomorrow. It is manifesting now, not next week. It is materializing now, not next month. Share this prophetic word with someone who is tired of waiting and needs to know that the manifestation is just minutes away. Because many of my children are still in a long-term waiting mentality when I have already decreed rapid manifestation. Many are still preparing for years when I have already set days. Many are still counting months when I have already determined hours. And I need them to know. I need them to understand. I need them to position themselves. Because when the manifestation comes at the speed I have decreed, those who are not prepared will lose. Those who are not aligned will let it pass. Those who are not attentive will not notice. So wake up, my child. Awaken. Be alert. Because it's no longer hours, it's minutes. It's no longer a question of when, it's a question of now. It's no longer a distant future, it's an imminent present. The clock is ticking. The countdown has begun. Time is running out. Not the time of the promise, but the time of waiting. Not the time of manifestation,
but the time of patience. Not the time of blessing, but the time of preparation. The preparation is over. Patience has run out. The waiting is over. Now is the time for manifestation. Now is the time for witnessing. Now is the time for you to see with your own eyes everything I promised you. And it's not far away. It's close. It's near. It's minutes away. And I need you to understand the intensity of the moment you are living right now. There is a celestial clock that is marking the time of your manifestation. And this clock is not stopped. It is not slowing down. It is not in standby mode. This clock is counting down. Every passing second brings you closer to the manifestation. Every minute that runs out takes you closer to fulfillment. Every hour that ends positions you closer to the testimony. The clock is running, and it will not stop until everything I promised is fully manifested in your life. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. That is the sound of celestial time running out. Not the time of the promise, but the time of waiting. Not the time of blessing, but the time of preparation. Not the time of fulfillment, but the time of the process. And when this clock reaches zero, when the countdown ends, when the last second runs out, everything will explode in your life. Everything will manifest at once. Everything will happen simultaneously. Doors will open. Connections will align. Opportunities will appear. Resources will manifest. The right people will appear. The paths will unfold. And you will be impressed by the speed. You will be shocked by the intensity. You will be speechless by the magnitude. Because when I manifest, I don't do things halfway. When I fulfill, I leave nothing incomplete.
When I open completely. And the clock is almost at 0, my child. The countdown is in its final numbers. Time is running out quickly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you are here at this very moment, listening to this word, receiving this revelation, not by chance. You are here because I brought you here. I positioned you here. I connected you with this message at exactly the right moment, because I need you to know what is happening. I need you to understand the proximity of the manifestation. I need you to prepare for what is coming. And the preparation is no longer long-term. It's no longer months. It's no longer weeks. The preparation now is immediate. It's urgent. It's for now. You need to align your heart now. You need to adjust your faith now. You need to position your expectation now. Because when the clock strikes 0, there will be no time for preparation. There will be no room for adjustments. There will be no opportunity for alignment. It will be time to receive. It will be time to witness. It will be time to experience. Subscribe to this channel now so you don't miss any prophetic words in the days to come, and be prepared for what I will reveal. Because in the coming days, I will release powerful revelations. I will unleash prophetic words. I will declare decrees that will further accelerate manifestation. And you need to be connected. You need to be aligned. You need to be receiving. Because every word I release will prepare you for the next level. Every revelation I release will position you for the next door. Every decree I declare will align you for the next blessing. And you can't miss any of this. You can't be left out. You can't disconnect. The clock is ticking, and every second counts. Every minute matters. Every hour is crucial. Don't waste this time questioning. Don't spend this time doubting. Don't waste this time hesitating. Use this time preparing. Use this time aligning. Use this time positioning. Because when the clock reaches 0, everything will change. When the countdown ends, nothing will be the same. When the last second runs out, your life will enter a new dimension. And you will witness. You will experience. You will live. Everything I promised. Everything I have decreed. Everything I have established. The clock is ticking. The countdown is on. Time is running out. And the manifestation is coming. And now, I want you to stop for a moment and feel. Feel it in your spirit. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your soul. The manifestation is so close that you can already feel its effects even before it fully materializes. It's so near that you can already perceive the change in atmosphere around you. It's so imminent that you can already detect the signs of its arrival. It's like when you smell the rain before it falls. It's like when you notice the change in temperature before the storm arrives. It's like when you feel the breeze before the strong wind blows. You are already experiencing the harbingers of manifestation. You are already living the precursor signs of fulfillment. You are already feeling the evidence of its proximity. And these signs are everywhere in your life now. You are feeling a different kind of restlessness. It's not anxiety. It's not fear. It's expectation. It's anticipation. It's your spirit recognizing that something big is about to happen. You are noticing a change within you. Something is moving inside you. Something is adjusting. Something is aligning. It is your being preparing to receive what is coming. You are noticing synchronicities, coincidences that are not coincidences, encounters that are not casual, conversations that are not random. It is the spiritual universe organizing itself for your manifestation. You are experiencing a strange peace, a peace that makes no sense considering the circumstances, a peace that cannot be explained by logic, a peace that comes from knowing deep within your being that everything is aligning. And my child, these signs are not imagination. They are not illusion. They are not self-deception. They are real evidence that manifestation is at hand. They are concrete proof that fulfillment is near. They are divine confirmations that everything is about to change. Because before I manifest something in the natural, I always manifest it first in the spiritual. Before I open a door in the visible, I always unlock it first in the invisible. Before I materialize a blessing in the physical, I always release it first in the celestial. And what you are feeling now is the spiritual manifestation that precedes the natural manifestation. It is the invisible opening that precedes the visible opening. It is the celestial liberation that comes before earthly materialization. So don't ignore these signs. Don't dismiss these sensations. Don't underestimate these perceptions. They are real. They are valid. They are prophetic. They are telling you that you are in the right place, at the right time, in the right position. They are confirming that the waiting is over, that the time has come, that manifestation is near. They are preparing you to open your arms and receive, to open your heart and accept, to open your life and allow. Because what is coming is too great to fit within your current capacity. It is too powerful to be contained by your present structure. It is too abundant to be stored in your current barns. So I am expanding you before manifesting. I am widening you before pouring out. I am preparing you before releasing. And all of this is happening now, at this very moment, while you hear this word, while you receive this revelation, while you connect with this truth. You are being expanded. You are being widened. You are being prepared, so that when the manifestation comes in its fullness, you have the capacity to receive it. So that when the door opens completely, you have the structure to enter. So that when the blessing fully materializes, you have the ability to carry it. The manifestation is near, my child. So near that you can already feel it. So close that you can already perceive it. So imminent that you can already anticipate it. So prepare your heart, open your arms, position your faith, because what is coming will surprise you. What arrives will impress you. What manifests will transform you. And before I open the doors that are about to open, before I manifest what is about to manifest, before I pour out what is about to be poured out, I need to establish something fundamental in your life. I need to reveal something that will completely change the way you see yourself. I need to declare a truth about you that will transform your identity forever. You are my beloved child. It's not a possibility. It's not an aspiration. It's not something you need to achieve. It's a reality. It's a fact. It's a truth established before the foundation of the world. You are my child, and I love you. Not because of what you do, not because of what you achieve, not because of what you produce. I love you because of who you are. I love you because you are mine. I love you because I chose to love you. And this love has no conditions. It has no requirements. It has no clauses. This love doesn't increase when you succeed, doesn't decrease when you fail. It doesn't fluctuate according to your performance. This love is constant, immutable, eternal. It is the love of a father who doesn't give up on his son. It is the love of a creator who doesn't abandon his creation. It is the love of a God who doesn't change his mind about you. And I know you've struggled your whole life to prove your worth. I know you've tried to earn love through performance. I know you believed you needed to be perfect to be accepted. But son, you don't need to prove anything to me. You don't need to earn my love. You don't need to be perfect to be accepted. You are already accepted. You are already loved. You are already valued. Not for what you do, but for who you are. Not for your successes, but for your sonship. Not for your achievements, but for your identity. You are my son, and that changes everything. That transforms everything. That redefines everything. Because when you understand that you are a son, you stop living like a slave. When you understand that you are loved, you stop begging for approval. When you recognize that you are accepted, you stop trying to prove your worth. And you begin to live from the right position. You begin to act from your true identity. You begin to move from the right place. No longer as someone trying to arrive, but as someone who has already arrived. No longer as someone seeking acceptance, but as someone who is already accepted. No longer as someone proving worth, but as someone who is already valuable. And son, I need you to let this truth penetrate deep into your heart. I need you to allow this revelation to transform your mind. I need you to accept this identity as your reality. Because many of the doors I will open now can only be crossed by those who know who they are. Many of the blessings I will pour out can only be carried by those who understand their identity. Many of the opportunities I will release can only be seized by those who live from the position of son. So stop living like an orphan. Stop acting like you're abandoned. Stop behaving like you're rejected. You are not an orphan. You have a father. You are not abandoned. You are cared for. You are not rejected. You are chosen. And this Father loves you with a love that cannot be expressed in human words. This care sustains you in ways you don't even realize. This choice positions you for destinations you haven't even imagined yet. Write in the comments, "I am a beloved child of God," and declare this identity over your life now. Because when you declare this truth, something powerful happens in the spiritual realm. You align yourself with your true identity. You position yourself in the right place. You establish yourself in divine reality. And from that place, everything changes. The way you face challenges changes. The way you receive blessings changes. The way you relate to the world changes. Because you are no longer begging, you are inheriting. You are no longer proving, you are
Receiving. You are no longer fighting for acceptance. You are living from acceptance. And, my child, I want you to know that there is nothing you can do that will make me love you more. And there is nothing you can do that will make me love you less. My love for you is established. It is fixed. It is determined. You can ascend to heaven. I love you. You can descend to the abyss. I love you. You can flee to the ends of the earth. I love you. You can hide in darkness. I love you. There is no place you can go that my love will not reach you. There is no situation you can be in that my love will not cover you. There is no condition in which you may find yourself that my love will not sustain you. Because you are my child, and I am your father. And this is a reality that nothing can change. No circumstance can alter. No situation can undo. So live from this identity, my child. Walk from this position. Move from this place. Because when you live as a beloved child, you attract what is destined for children. When you walk as an accepted child, you access what is reserved for the accepted. When you move as a chosen one, you manifest what is prepared for the chosen. And everything I have prepared for you, everything I have reserved for you, everything I have destined for you is about to manifest. Because you are my beloved child, and I delight in you. And now that you understand that you are my beloved child, I need to reveal something to you that will completely change how you position yourself in relation to the promises. I need to confront you with a truth that will transform your mindset. I need to free you from a prison that has kept you small when you were created to be great. You are not a beggar. You are an heir. And there is a gigantic difference between these two positions. A difference that changes everything. A difference that completely transforms how you relate to blessings. The beggar asks. The heir receives. The beggar pleads. The heir claims. The beggar hopes someone will pity him. The heir knows he has a legal right. And son, you have spent too much time begging for what is already yours by inheritance. You have wasted energy begging for what is already guaranteed by right. You have lived as if you needed to convince someone to give you what has already been legally destined for you. But I am breaking that mindset now. I am destroying that prison now. I am freeing you from that smallness now. Because when I made you my child, I automatically made you my heir. When I adopted you into my family, I automatically gave you the right to inheritance. When I called you my child, I automatically positioned you as the beneficiary of all that is mine. And all that is mine is now yours. Not by favor, not out of mercy, not out of pity, but by right, by inheritance, by spiritual law. You have a legal right to the promises. You have a legal right to the blessings. You have an established right to provision, protection, prosperity, peace, health, joy, and fulfillment. Not because you deserve it, but because you are an heir. Not because you are perfect, but because you are a child. Not because you earned it, but because you were chosen. And child, I need you to stop living like a beggar.
Stop positioning yourself as someone who is asking for favors. Stop behaving like someone who is begging for crumbs. You are not asking for favors. You are claiming inheritance. You are not begging for crumbs. You are receiving what is legally yours. You're not waiting for someone to pity you. You're positioning yourself in the place that is already rightfully yours. And when you shift from a beggar's mentality to an heir's mentality, everything changes. The way you pray changes. You stop begging and start decreeing. You stop pleading and start declaring. You stop asking as if you have no right and start claiming as if you know what is yours. The way you wait changes. You stop waiting with doubt and start waiting with certainty. You stop waiting with fear and stop waiting with confidence. You stop anticipating with insecurity and start anticipating with conviction. The way you receive changes. You stop being surprised as if it were luck and start recognizing it as a right. You stop thanking as if it were an undeserved favor and start thanking as a child receiving from the Father. You stop carrying as if you could lose it at any moment and start carrying with the security of someone who knows it is yours. And son, I need you to understand that this change of mindset is not optional. It's not a luxury. This isn't something you can choose to do or not do. This change is necessary. It's fundamental. It's essential. Because many of the doors I'm going to open now only open to heirs. Many of the blessings I'm going to pour out now are only received by those with an inheritance mindset. Many of the opportunities I'm going to release now are only seized by those who know who they are and what they have the right to receive. Beggars don't enter certain places. Beggars don't access certain levels. Beggars don't carry certain blessings. But heirs do. Heirs have access. Heirs have entry. Heirs have rights. And you are an heir, not a beggar. So stop knocking on the door as if you're asking permission to enter. You have the key. Stop waiting outside as if you don't have the right to be inside. The house is yours. Stop asking for crumbs as if you don't have the right to the full banquet. The table is set for you. Enjoy this video now as your declaration that you renounce the beggar mentality and accept your position as an heir. Because this simple act is more than a gesture. It's a spiritual declaration. It's you saying you understand who you are. It's you affirming that you accept your position. It's you recognizing that you have a right to the inheritance. And when you make this declaration, when you assume this position, when you live this identity, the spiritual realm responds. Doors open, paths unfold, blessings manifest. Because you are no longer blocking with a beggar's mentality what I want to release into an heir's mentality. You are no longer hindering with pettiness what I want to pour out in greatness. You are no longer limiting with insecurity what I want to manifest in abundance. And my child, I want you to know that the inheritance I have prepared for you is greater than you imagine. It is more abundant than you dreamed. It is more complete than you expected. It is not just financial provision. It is fullness in all areas. It is not just material blessing. It is complete prosperity. It is not just external success. It is complete fulfillment. The inheritance includes peace that surpasses all understanding. It includes joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. It includes purpose that gives meaning to existence. It includes healthy relationships. It includes holistic health. It includes supernatural favor. It includes open doors. It includes divine opportunities. It includes strategic connections. It includes abundant provision. It includes constant protection. It includes wisdom for decisions. It includes discernment for choices. It includes strength for journeys. It includes grace for processes. And all of this is not favor. It's not luck. It's not chance. It's inheritance. It's a right. It's destiny. You were created for this. You were called for this. You were positioned for this. So stop living below what is rightfully yours. Stop settling for less than I have destined for you. Stop accepting crumbs when I have prepared a banquet. Rise from the position of beggar. Assume the position of heir. Live the identity I gave you. Because you are not a beggar. You never were a beggar. You will never be a beggar. You are an heir. Heir to a Father who possesses everything. Heir to a kingdom that has no end. Heir to promises that never fail. And now, it's time for you to live this reality. It's time for you to move from this position. It's time for you to receive what is yours. And now that you understand that you are a beloved child and a legitimate heir, I need to reveal something to you that will completely change how you position yourself in the face of circumstances. Something that will transform the way you face challenges. Something that will revolutionize how you deal with obstacles. You have spiritual authority. It is not an authority you have conquered. It is not a power you have developed. It is not a capacity you have acquired. It is an authority that I have delegated to you. It is a power that I have transferred to you. It is a capacity that I have granted you. When I made you my child, I gave you my name. When I made you an heir, I gave you my power. When I positioned you in my family, I gave you my authority. And this authority is not symbolic. It is not decorative. It is not merely theoretical. This authority is real. It is functional. It is practical. It is an authority that operates in the spiritual realm and manifests in the natural realm. It is a power that changes atmospheres, breaks chains, opens paths. It is a capacity that transforms realities, establishes truths, manifests promises. My son, I need you to understand what it means to have spiritual authority. It means you are not a victim of circumstances. You have authority over them. It means you are not a hostage to situations. You have the power to change them. It means you are not a slave to conditions. You have the capacity to transform them. You have the authority to decree, to declare, to establish, to determine, to command. When you decree something aligned with my will, the spiritual realm moves to manifest it. When you declare something based on my word, the celestial forces organize to fulfill it. When you establish something based on my promises, angels are dispatched to execute it. Because you are not speaking alone. You are speaking with my authority. You are not declaring on your own. You are declaring in my name. You are not decreeing with your own strength. You are decreeing with my power. And when you use the authority I have given you, impossible things become possible. Mountains move, seas part, walls fall, doors unlock, paths unfold, obstacles are removed. Because the authority you carry is not human, it is divine. It is not limited, it is unlimited. It is not temporal, It is eternal. And my child, have you used this authority? Have you exercised this power? Have you activated this capacity? Or have you lived as if you had no authority at all? As if you were powerless in the face of circumstances? As if you were defenseless in the face of challenges? Because many of my children have authority but do not exercise it. They have power but do not activate it. They have capacity but do not use it. And that is why they live defeated when they were created to win. They live oppressed when they were called to reign. They live limited when they were destined for abundance. But this ends now in your life. Now you will begin to exercise the authority I have given you. Now you will begin to use the power I have granted you. Now you will begin to activate the capacity I have transferred to you. And when you do that, when you position yourself in that place, when you move from that authority, everything will change. Circumstances that seemed immutable will transform. Situations that seemed permanent will alter. Conditions that seemed definitive will change. Because you are no longer passively accepting what comes. You are actively decreeing what should be. You are no longer conforming to what exists. You are establishing what I promised. You are no longer being shaped by circumstances. You are shaping circumstances through the Word. And my child, I want you to understand that this authority is not to be used selfishly. It is not to satisfy personal whims. It is not to manipulate situations in your favor. This authority is to align earth with heaven. It is to manifest my will in the natural. It is to establish my
Kingdom where you are. When you use authority for this, to align, to manifest, to establish, I fully back you. I fully support you. I sustain you completely. But when you try to use authority for selfish purposes, for personal manipulation, for carnal gratification, you are outside the protection. You are acting on your own. You are misusing what I have given you. So use authority wisely. Use power responsibly. Use ability maturely. Decree what is aligned with my will. Declare what is grounded in my word. Establish what is based on my promises. And when you do that, you will see the impossible happen. You will witness the supernatural manifest. You will experience the miraculous come to pass. Because the authority you carry is the same authority that created the universe. It is the same authority that parted the sea. It is the same authority that raised the dead. It is the same authority that healed the sick. It is the same authority that cast out demons. It is the same authority that turned water into wine. And that authority is in you now. Not partially, completely. Not limitedly, fully. Not temporarily, permanently. So rise from your position of powerlessness. Leave the place of victimhood. Abandon the defeatist mentality. You have authority. You have power. You have capacity. And now is the time for you to use what I have given you. It is time for you to exercise what I have granted you. It is time for you to activate what I have transferred to you. Decree over your life. Declare over your family. Establish over your future. Order the circumstances. Determine the situations. Command the conditions. With the authority I have given you. With the power I have transferred to you. With the capacity I have granted you. And you will see. You will witness. You will experience what spiritual authority is capable of doing when exercised by a child who knows who they are.